Hello and welcome. So today is another made to make. So this is the edition 1 made to surprise made to make hat. So this is toadstools, gnomes. So I have made one of these before. I will link that up the top right. This time I thought I would make a card using this stamp and this stamp, because I like the mushrooms. I've also gone ahead and stamped this tulip, and this tulip. I did them all 3 times, stamped them 3 times, and I have pre-coloured them and cut them out ready. You don't get dies with this set, but I have cut round them with a pair of scissors and left a little bit of a white border. I have gone ahead and prepared a 5x7 white card blank top fold, and on that I have put some pink MIrri, and this green mottle paper is also from the Made to Make kit, so that's all stuck and ready to go. So as I said, I have stamped and coloured these in from the kit. So each one of these has been stamped 3 times, and then I've done a whole one as the backing, and then on the other layers I have coloured and cut out this part with the top, and then I've coloured the top, so that this is 3 layers. This is 2 layers, this is a single, and this is 2. So it just gives it a bit more stability, and it gives it a little bit of a 3D look without there being too much dimension. They are stuck together with glue rather than with foam. So the same with this. This is just 2 layers. So the whole stamp, and then the top of the mushroom is an extra layer, and I've done the same with the window and the door. These have been coloured in with alcohol markers, so I just have cheap alcohol markers from Temu. These are the tulips that are also the stamps, and again these are 2 layers because I thought 3 was too much. So there's the main, and then each of these leaves and these flower heads have been stuck on, so those are 2. So again, it gives a little bit of dimension. So also in the set on the stamp sheet is a sentiment here that says sending much love on your birthday. I thought that would be nice on the front, so I've stamped that onto some white, and I've layered it up onto the pink MIrri. That's also stuck and ready to go. So we're going to pop these onto the front. So this one I think I'd like on some foam, and I quite like him in the corner. I think the mushroom on the right, and then the sentiment somewhere in the middle. I'm going to put the mushroom on first because I know I want the mushroom stuck directly to the card. And I'm going to hang that over the edge a little bit. So I think I like the idea of the mushroom house being on foam, and then that will give us the opportunity to put some things behind here. I quite like the idea of having the flowers behind this. Let's put this flower down here, stick that straight on. This one I like the idea of the stem being stuck directly on, but I think I'm going to pop some foam up behind the head of the flower and on the side of the leaf. So the base of the stem of the flower is going to stick down there, and then that's on some foam, so that's looks like it's more forward of the other flower. And I think this one's going to go over here. Same principle. I think I'll have the base of the flower and then a piece of foam behind the tip of the leaf and the head of the flower again. So let's have a look at that and the sentiment. So I want to leave myself enough room for the sentiment in the centre, and I think I'm going to pop this up completely on some foam. So I've got some foam on the back. I'm going to use the Pritt stick on the back of the foam just to give me a little bit of movement, so that if I get it in the wrong place I can lift it and shift it. I'm going to pop this sentiment onto some foam as well. I think I'm going to get a insert in with the sentiment, and then I'm going to come back and we'll have a look, and then I'll pop some accent glaze onto the window and potentially on the spots on the mushroom. So this is effectively finished. I have put an insert in with Thinking of You stamped inside, and this is from a stamp set that I have in my craft supplies. I have an awful lot of craft supplies that I have had for years and years and years, and I don't know where they've come from, and this falls into that category. So this Thinking of You I've had for a long time. I apologise, I can't tell you where it came from, but I've used that for the inside. So this is finished. All I'm going to do now is use some glossy glaze on the window and on the spots on this mushroom on the right. So, okay, so this is a finished card. So as you can see, I've put some of the accent glaze, glossy accents on the window and the mushroom. So this, again, has all been made with the first edition of the Made to Surprise, Made to Make. The only extra thing that I have used is this Thinking of You stamp and some pink MIrri card. So if you've liked today's content, please do consider giving it a like and subscribing if you haven't already done so. Both of those things are free and they really do help the channel out, and I'm very grateful when you do that. Please give me a comment if you like my content, and if you've got any suggestions for something that you'd like to see me make. I do enjoy making content for you, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.